Hey, welcome back to lIHITRO Bank. My name is Adam. Let me explain a concept that quietly controls who wins and who stays stuck in tech. It is called the Matthew effect. Once you understand it, you start seeing why the same people keep getting richer and why others feel like they are running on a treadmill. The Matthew effect is simple. Those who have a little advantage tend to get more advantages over time. Those who have nothing tend to fall further behind. It sounds unfair, but it is how systems actually work. And tech amplifies this effect more than almost any other industry. Let me break this down in real terms. In tech, the smallest early win compounds. One skill leads to another. One connection leads to many. One audience leads to opportunities. One product leads to distribution. The rich do not just have more money. They have momentum. Momentum is the real asset. Most people misunderstand this. They think rich people are lucky or smarter. What they really have is accumulated advantage. And the scary part is this. Once momentum starts, it becomes easier to win. That is the Matthew effect in action. Let me show you how this plays out. A tech founder builds one small tool. It gets some users. Those users give feedback. The product improves. The audience grows. Investors notice. Media notices. Talent joins. Now, every next step is easier than the last. Not because the founder changed, because the system started working in their favor. Meanwhile, someone with no visibility, no skills, and no network has to push uphill for every single step. That is why it feels unfair. But here is the good news. The Matthew effect works both ways. It punishes stagnation, but it rewards action. Once you create your own early advantage, even a small one, the same compounding works for you. Most people never reach that point because they quit too early. They stop before momentum kicks in. Let me explain what early advantage actually looks like when you start with nothing. It is not money. It is not status. It is not connections. It is skill plus consistency plus visibility. One useful skill used repeatedly creates trust. Trust creates opportunity. Opportunity creates income. Income creates confidence. Confidence accelerates learning. That loop is your version of the Matthew effect. But most people never let the loop form. They keep resetting. They jump from idea to idea. They hide instead of sharing. They wait instead of shipping. Rich people understand something very important. You do not need a big advantage. You need a first advantage. Once you have that, the system helps you. Let me connect this directly to tech. Tech platforms reward momentum. Algorithms reward engagement. Audiences reward consistency. Businesses reward reliability. Investors reward traction. None of these require perfection. They require progress. That is why rich tech founders obsess over shipping early and often. They know the first version is not about quality. It is about starting the compounding process. Now, let me be honest about why poor people struggle with this. When you are poor, every decision feels risky. You want guaranteed results. But guarantees do not create momentum. Experiments do. The Matthew effect does not reward caution. It rewards participation. This is why people who start earlier seem lucky later. They were not lucky. They were early enough for compounding to matter. Now, let me explain how you can actually use this in your own life. You stop trying to win big. You focus on winning small repeatedly. You build one skill that is demand. You apply it publicly. You help real people. You document the process. Each small win stacks. Over time, your name becomes associated with something. That association is leverage. Leverage brings opportunities you did not even ask for. That is how the rich get richer, not by chasing money, by letting systems reward consistency. Now here is a critical mindset shift. Do not compare your Chapter 1 to someone else's Chapter 10. The Matthew effect makes gaps look impossible, but those gaps were built gradually. Every wealthy tech founder once had 0 users, 0 revenue, and 0 attention. What separated them was they stayed long enough for compounding to work. Most people quit right before the curve bends upward. They think nothing is happening. But something is happening under the surface. Skills are forming. Trust is building. Reputation is growing. Momentum is invisible, until it's obvious. That is the trap. People quit because they do not see progress. Rich people keep going because they understand delayed payoff. Now, let me ground this in reality. You do not need to become rich to benefit from the Matthew effect. You just need to stop resetting your progress. Stick to one direction long enough. Share what you learn. Build something small. Improve it. Repeat. Tech rewards those who stay. If you are watching this and feel behind, understand this. The Matthew effect is not working against you yet. It is waiting for you to start. Once you create your first advantage, no matter how small, the system starts helping you instead of resisting you. If this video made you see money and tech differently, comment below momentum. If you want, I can make the next video explaining how to create your first unfair advantage in tech, or how to use content skills or AI skills to trigger compounding, or how to avoid restarting from zero every year. Tell me what you want next, and I will build that video for you. Subscribe to the channel if you want real explanations of how money actually works in tech without hype. Like the video so it reaches more people, and tell me what small advantage you can start building today. I will see you in the next one.